Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I have heard from the Minister, Honourable Bright Ramilama. But I'm wondering, Honourable Minister, why you people preach patriotism, yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Yes. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? Yes. You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
In these circumstances, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg your indulgence to take control of your house.
Alan, why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Baiga.
No, please, we are not mad people here.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Honourable members.
Madam Speaker,
we
I was
have heard
telling you why I was standing up.
I have
I'm very clear-headed. I'm not a mad person. So to say that you are choosing on a clear-headed...
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you. I listened very attentively.
Listen to Dr. Baiga.
I listened very attentively to Honourable Bright Ramirama, and I felt he was misleading this house. The law is clear, in black and white. It is seeking to abolish, to dissolve UCDA. You may talk about the functions. You may talk about the functions being mainstreamed. But these functions are carried with them by UCDA. And UCDA, as an entity, is an accredited entity with 23 years of experience, gathered technical expertise, and you have not guided this house.
Honourable
that Uganda
members,
is going to lose that accreditation. And it takes a long time to get it. As the office bearer, you should have guided this house. That once this accreditation is lost, Right Honourable Speaker, it is going to take us very long time, and we shall have lost the market. And once we lose the market, the livelihood of our people is affected, and very negatively. He's not telling us that.
Honourable,
and I can see.
Honourable, we are talking about accreditation. That should be answered. And then the functional mainstreaming. Yes.
Accreditation takes long time, and he knows it. It takes 5 years to 10 years. But once our competitors realize that we have abolished the agency that was taking over this role, they will rejoice, because they will definitely take over the markets. And how are you going to be happy when the rest of the people are crying? I can see fellow members of parliament being organized to more.
Honourable Aisha, Honourable Lumo.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Right Honourable Speaker, before I got the gist of my submission, allow me respond to two issues. Number one,
Honourable members, listen to Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I wish to respond to issues before I got the gist of my submission. Number one, it is not the fault of UCDA that Northern Region has not been major growing coffee. You should know, it was the government program to zone Uganda, allocating different products for different regions. And Uganda government allocated Northern Region for cotton. Therefore, it was not UCDA, and we must not blame UCDA for that. Number two, Right Honourable Speaker, I have had people saying government established UCDA, and therefore government should have the privilege of taking UCDA. Madam Speaker, let me mention this.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Can you be patient? Could you have a pen and paper and write?
Clarification.
Honourable Minister,
Would you have
You will clarify.
a pen and paper and write? I want to inform First Honourable Bright Ramirama that I was an NRM cadre that explained these policies on radio, therefore I know them very well. What you did, I was explaining. And you designated products for particular regions. If the administrator desired that UCDA extends coffee, UCDA should have done as such. It was the ministry that desired that North should not grow coffee. At the time when you didn't that coffee goes across, they have started extending coffee all over. Having said that, no, Honourable Speaker, I was interrupted. I was saying that it is not the privilege of government executive to take away everything they establish as they desire. When you create entities, they are not for you. They are for the nationals. If the people have said, yes, you created it and we want it, it's not upon you to take it the way you desire because we now want it. Secondly, Right Honourable Speaker, I ably listened to the chairperson of the committee yesterday, answering all the defects in the law. The defects in the law were saying that some entities were wasteful. Some entities were destroying the harmony. And the question was, some entities were being duplicative. Her answers were all in negative. She asked, is UCDA being duplicative? She said no. Is UCDA destroying the harmony? She said no. Is UCDA being wasteful? She said no. She credited UCDA for being very good. And finally, and that's when I wondered what happened to the well-able chairperson, what happened to her. I knew and forgave her. She feared the iron arm of the powers that are in this country. And we are here as parliament to speak, to conclude the way she desired. She made the right submission, but feared to make the right conclusion. The right conclusion is to say that UCDA must stay. It performed excellently. It is not wasteful. It is not duplicative. It must stay for the good of the people. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, when you had just become a Speaker of this august House, you say to the public that this is a people-centered parliament.
Don't put me into
I withdraw, Right Honourable
your
Speaker.
submission.
I withdraw, Right Honourable Speaker.
No. Go straight to the bill,
Yes,
the coffee.
Right Honourable Speaker, being a coffee farmer, the people of Nakaseka I represent in this august House are saying no to rationalization. In the following, in the history we have ever had the coffee marketing board. It went. We had the cooperatives. They went. There is no way you can cut a hand that feeds you, honorable ministers here. The economy you are talking about today is boosted by UCDA. One of the sectors that boosts this economy is UCDA. Unless there are pressures behind. I had the report which was read by the chair. It was very clear apart from the conclusion. So therefore, being a member of parliament, Right Honourable Speaker, a coffee farmer, and the defender of people down there in the villages of Nakaseka and across the country, including you, the speaker, because in the beginning you told us you are also a coffee farmer. We are saying no to rationalization. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Better make sure that those Bagana don't do
Huh? Yeah, we do.
We have the numbers.
We do.
We shall test this thing.
What about
Because we already had, this side about 80 people who stood, who have voted May. So, and this was about 130.
better make sure that those Bagana don't do
There is something called mischief. I was an adult when we established these agencies. And the reason given by the government was that we were establishing strategic agencies to propel the development of this country. After painful listening to my brother, the Honorable Rwamirama, who I will not refer to as Bright today, I heard him say that the mischief was about the fat salaries. If it were about the fat salaries and humongous budget, then before we rationalize UCDA and these agencies, we should start with those that created these humongous expenditures. Indeed, if we are to rationalize on a rational basis, we should start with rationalizing the Ministry of Agriculture. We gave them district farm institutes. Where are they? We gave them farms in Buyikwe. Where is the farm in Buyikwe? We gave them extension farmers. Where are they? So if we are to deal with redundant expenditure, we gave them ranches. Where are they? We should start with the rationalization of this ministry itself and not entrust this ministry with functions of an entity that has been the brightest star in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, we were informed by the majority report yesterday, and I want to thank my sister, the chairperson, that coffee has been accounting for 55% of the agricultural exports. Why don't we want to spend on entities and areas which give us money? The reason we maintain agencies like URA, Uganda Investment Authority, is because they are strategic. Do you want to tell me that a blameless entity called UCDA, which has promoted coffee after the destruction and death of Coffee Marketing Board, should be sacrificed because some people are not doing their work? Can we talk about expenditure in a government, in a parliament, for strategic reasons that gives money to a private company, and then we say we cannot give money to an agency? We were informed yesterday, Right Honorable Speaker, that this authority is going to be absorbed in the ministry, and I want to ask, at what level? As a directorate? As a department? As a unit? Since when? If we are to do this, why don't we get things like KCCA, Investment Authority, URA, and put them back to the mother ministries because we want to rationalize? Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, there are people who are deeply concerned in this country. Why haven't we consulted the farmers, the coffee farmers, the cotton farmers, and all the other core stakeholders? I want to conclude by saying, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the destruction of a country begins with the destruction of ideology. If we have performing entities and we want to kill them, one will ask, what did Ugandans do to us to deserve the punishment of destroying the small veins that continue to feed them? Maybe you could tell us how much UCDA is consuming from your treasury. We would mobilize cooperatives and associations, coffee associations in this country, to foot that bill, since you do not want to finance them.
Thank you.
I oppose the
Thank
move
you.
to rationalize the coffee.
Flavia.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the chairperson's report.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, let me start from the known knowns.
Honorable members, I know all of you. I will pick you when I know I want you to speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's
I've
start.
seen all of you standing up. I will pick you. You're all going to speak. Fortunate will speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's start from the known knowns. The known knowns is that the ministry of...
Honorable members, listen to Honorable Chivumbi.
Right Honorable Speaker, the known known is that the Ministry of Agriculture as of now does not have the capability and capacity to take on the roles and functions of UCDA. That's a known known. The second known known, and it's factual, is that the Minister of Agriculture has just told you that they are in the process of setting up omnibus authority that will take up all these other crops. That is tea and whatever, and that authority is underway. Right on, that's also a known fact the minister has put up. The other known fact is what all of us have said. And let me urge members here. An attempt to localize coffee will be a misnomer. Coffee right now is the national product. It is grown across all regions of the country. Like banana. For at one time, Uganda was the biggest grower of banana. Today, Uganda imports banana from Western Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, therefore, our bone of contention, Right Honorable Speaker, the minister has not answered the question, what's the best practices all over the world? The best practice all over the world, that special crops like a coffee is grown through agencies as a vehicle. Ethiopia has it, Brazil has it, Vietnam has it, Kenya has it. What we are doing today, wise people in Ethiopia try to do it. Wise people in Kenya tried to do it. 3 years down the road, they had abandoned and they are going back. Now the law, let me go to the gist of the law. The law seeks to dissolve. The minister here is putting an argument of a transition of 3 years, contingent upon government attaining some other capacities. Now, after killing UCDA today, when 3 years down the road, that capacity is found wanting, will you resurrect it? Will you resurrect it? Having killed it? Therefore, let us think full square. And next, exactly, that's why, Right Honorable Speaker, our position is very simple. That you don't need even the 3 years. Government can even come here tomorrow. If the capacity to assure quality, to market our coffee, and in a sustainable level is attained by MAIF, come here with the law, there will be parliament, we will pass it instant. Yes. Our question, Right Honorable Minister, the other day I put up a notion of legislating in anticipation. We are legislating that someday that ministry that has demonstrated incapacities, and I had a great care because I've just audited that ministry. It doesn't score any plus on any parameter. It is in a minus, from goat rollover, from tractors, from acre sites, from everything. I want to put the minister. If the Minister of Agriculture is doing well, let him stand here and tell us one crop which they have done so well. to give us a basis of confidence that they are up to anything. They don't have it. They've killed the tea on their watch. They've killed the vanilla on their watch. They've killed all other things. Even the fish, which is inherent in the lake. Government had to institute a military to go in and intervene. This is an entity that is not ready today. Let us not create